In what is now being called a turning point in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Ukraine launched its most daring and strategically devastating operation yet, a coordinated drone assault on multiple Russian military airfields. The operation, codenamed Spiderweb, has stunned military analysts and defense experts around the globe, not just for its success, but for its bold design, clever execution, and far-reaching consequences. This wasn't a typical drone strike. It was a masterclass in long-term planning, covert logistics, and high-tech warfare. Over a span of 18 months, Ukrainian special forces and intelligence operatives, likely from the SBU and HUR, carefully laid the groundwork for the assault. The drones used in this attack were AI-powered, low-cost units capable of autonomous navigation, and they were smuggled into Russia piece by piece, hidden in wooden crates and everyday cargo, and later assembled near key airbases across Russian territory. On the night of Sunday, June 1st, 2025, these stealthy machines were activated. A total of 117 drones were launched simultaneously, targeting 5 critical Russian air bases: Belaya Air Base, home to strategic bombers; Diaghilevo Air Base, frequent launch site for missile strikes on Ukraine; Ivanovo-Severny, housing early warning aircraft; Olenya Air Base in the Russian north, previously used for strikes on Ukrainian infrastructure; Ukrainka Air Base in the Russian Far East, believed to house long-range bombers. The drones hit their targets with precision. According to an SBU source, more than 40 high-value military aircraft were either destroyed or severely damaged in the operation. Among them were 2 95 Bear and 2 22 M3 backfire strategic bombers, both essential for Russia's long-range cruise missile attacks, as well as one of Russia's few remaining A-50 mainstay airborne early warning and control aircraft, the Russian equivalent of an AWACS plane. The Tu-22M3, in particular, is a long-range strike aircraft capable of launching missiles from within Russian airspace, well outside the reach of Ukrainian air defenses. Damaging these platforms severely limits Russia's ability to carry out standoff missile attacks, especially as Ukraine's Western-supplied air defenses improve. Even more importantly, this operation reportedly wiped out 34% of Russia's strategic cruise missile launch platforms in a single night, something that would take years to rebuild. $7 billion in damages and counting. Military analysts estimate the financial damage at a staggering $7 billion, making it not only a tactical victory but an economic blow that will reverberate through Russia's military-industrial complex. The destruction of the A-50 is particularly painful for Moscow. Each of these aircraft costs over $350 million and takes years to replace due to the complexity of onboard radar and surveillance systems. Several satellite images released the day after show burned out bomber carcasses lined up on the tarmac and hangars torn apart by secondary explosions. Russian emergency services scrambled to contain the fires, but by the time the smoke cleared, the damage had been done. Drones that cost less than iPhones. According to a Times of India report, the drones used in the operation were built using commercially available components, and the cost of each unit was roughly equivalent to the price of an iPhone 16 Pro, less than $2,500. Yet they were fitted with AI software that allowed them to navigate autonomously, avoid detection, and coordinate timing across vast distances. Ukraine has not officially claimed responsibility, but high-level officials have privately confirmed that the attack was Ukrainian in origin. Russian media, initially silent, later confirmed incidents at multiple airbases but downplayed the damage, though social media videos and satellite photos painted a very different picture. Russian retaliation and panic. In response, Russia launched a wave of missile strikes across Ukraine, targeting Kyiv, Dnipro, and Odessa. However, Ukrainian air defense systems managed to intercept the majority of incoming missiles, and civilian casualties were reportedly low. Meanwhile, reports of panic and low morale emerged from Russian Air Force personnel, especially at bases near Ukraine's border. Insiders from Russian Telegram channels also claimed that Russian commanders were blindsided by the coordinated strike. There are now whispers of a deep operational security failure within Russia's own territory, leading to widespread purges and internal investigations within the Russian military. What this means for the war, military experts are calling Operation Spiderweb the most significant Ukrainian offensive against Russian strategic assets since the war began. It wasn't just about destroying hardware, it sent a clear message: nowhere in Russia is out of reach. This assault has shown that Ukraine can penetrate deep behind enemy lines using intelligence, technology, and creativity rather than brute force. And with Russia already struggling to replace lost equipment due to Western sanctions, this kind of attritional, high-tech sabotage could reshape the trajectory of the conflict. A technological turning point. Analysts agree the age of conventional air power dominance may be waning. The Spiderweb operation proved that $1,500 drones can take out billion-dollar bombers as long as they're deployed with precision, timing, and intelligence. Western allies are watching closely. NATO officials have reportedly increased surveillance in Eastern Europe, while US and British defense experts have praised Ukraine's innovation. It's also likely that Ukraine's allies provided technical or satellite support, though none have confirmed involvement. In conclusion, Ukraine's Spiderweb strike wasn't just a tactical victory, it was a showcase of asymmetric warfare in the 21st century. It showed that a well-planned, intelligent, and cost-effective strategy could neutralize some of the most powerful machines of war ever built. And if Ukraine can replicate this kind of success, the war may begin to shift not just on the front lines, but deep inside Russian territory.